Need to turn the mic on. Good evening. Welcome to the craft store. Welcome to the Art of Craft. Welcome to Craft 2 and welcome to another brand new exclusive product launch. And what do we mean by exclusive? What do we mean by the craft store? What do we mean by all of this? The craft store is the format in which you're watching us through. So you're watching us either on the craft store Facebook or you're watching us on the craft store YouTube. And this is a place that allows us to bring together lots of different suppliers so that you can buy direct. So you can see brand new product live, brand new products, exclusive products launched, and you can actually see them actually demonstrated live. And then if you want to purchase, you can purchase directly from us. So you aren't purchasing through the craft store, you're purchasing exclusively from us, which is Crafts 2 via the Art of Craft. So good evening Biddy, good evening Nicola, good evening Susan, Sarah Jane, Sandra Simpson, Marion Corley, Leslie Lakin, Maureen, Irene, Avril, loads of you. Sorry, hello, good evening, I should say that first. Thank you to everybody who came to Bolton show yesterday. It was a brilliant show, and thank you for bringing sweeties and for bringing some Kit Kats as well, which literally kept me going on the way home. I was literally so hungry on the way home, so thank you for that. You were absolute stars. So what are we doing tonight? Well, you're joining us for launch of 2 brand new products, something I've been after for absolute years to get right, and then something that loads of people have been noticing me using for absolute ages. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to show you our first main bundle. This is an amazing bundle deal. You're going to get both of the brand new products tonight, and you're going to get a bonus of literally tons and tons of ribbon. So if, like me, you are a ribbon-aholic, I mean, I've got some of my big rolls up there, but over there I've got an entire wall of ribbon. This is the amazing deal for you. And we go all the way from this really wide down to the beautiful little fine. So all cut into approximately 2-metre pieces. And we're saying approximately 25 metres. Peter himself has cut and packed all of this. So I know that he's actually tried to make sure there's at least 30 in every bundle. But he told me I can only say 25 metres. So I'm telling you 25 just in case. But that actually works out in this price at something like 20p a metre or something like that. It's crazy. So what are the new tools? What are you getting in this bundle for 24.25? Well, very first of all, you're going to get the brand new Crafts 2 wooden bow maker. And I will run through why, but this is genuinely the best one I've ever used. I've seen this design before with a single line. We've gone with a double line of holes and an extra hole. We've made the pegs extremely sturdy. And I have got 7, 8, 9 different bow makers. I know our Junie asked me earlier, she basically said, I've got so many bow makers, I'll be fine. This has been designed to do absolutely everything. And I've got mine here. I will open that one so you can see what you're getting in it. But the idea is this is the most sturdy and strong bow maker you're going to have. This is not going to pull like the plastic ones do. This is not, I'm trying, this is not going to break. But this is going to allow you to do absolutely so many bows. So this is just an example of my messy bows, from not even the smallest to not even the largest. So this is just working through some of those holes. But the idea is, and what you can do with this is what I love, is we can do that for our cards, our little bows. We can do, because of the double, you can do this double bow, which I call a tuxedo bow. And videos will be going on YouTube tomorrow showing you how to make that. You can make a double messy bow, or you can go all the way to this, or as you see here, some of these. I've got to show you some of these ones. This is the perfect present bow. This took me less than 30 seconds to do. And this is completely right and precise with ribbon that is 2 inches wide. But using exactly the same ribbon, I can make bows like this where you've got this double size. Absolutely beautiful. Nicholas said, if I was talking to Penny this morning, and she said, I was talking to Penny this morning, and she said, if I can make a bow with this, it will be a miracle. I have so many bow makers as it is. Need simple for me, simple. This is what this is. This cannot go wrong. There are numbers. It's not going to break or crack, and it's not going to move. And it's not going to move on your desk, because at the moment, this is, I'm going to move this down so you can see you don't want to see my desk. Look, right. Look, slidey on your desk, on your glass mats or anything. So what's the second tool? Well, look. No move at all. And that's because of this. So let me move this back up so you can see. This is our brand new magic mat. So everyone's used to our big, massive magic mat, which had a proper name, but Michael Cooley named it the magic mat, and it is. This is your A4 version. So mathematically correct, perfect to literally even fold up and put into your, let's put the camera right, fold up, put into your craft kit, put into your bag. It will do your inking. It's heat resistant, it's dishwasher safe. It doesn't stretch or move because unlike any other, it's got fibres in it. But the fantastic thing is, and I'm going to move this very quickly to the overhead for you to see. So this will straight away stick down to your surface. What's actually nothing is, what's moving is my mat. But it means your bow maker, first of all, won't move. How many times have you tried to use a bow maker and it simply won't? Or it simply moves and slides. I'm going to show you very quickly a very quick, simple bow. So I'm going to make a very small one, and the pegs, look, not too big. They're not too small and not too big, but watch. Go round, cross over, round, cross over, round, pull them together, tie it in the middle, round once, round twice. That ties off this line. Don't worry, there's a video, or there will be a video going up tomorrow of that, to allow you to tie it and slide it off. But if you notice, that bow can't sit together. That is got to be, to me, one of the prettiest, simplest, easiest bows ever to make. So this is literally one of the easiest ever to make. But if you notice, that bow maker did not move. It wasn't even fully on the mat. And that makes all the difference. That's why you need two. So, now Nicola's just asked me a question. If you've got any questions you want to know the answers to tonight, pop over to Facebook and I will answer your questions live on Facebook. I can't see them on, I can't actually see questions on YouTube. So I'm sorry if you're watching on YouTube. Hello, watching on YouTube. I can't actually answer. I've just seen a quick one on there. Gail, hello from Maryland. Hello, Maryland. Oh, that's lovely. So I've lost the Facebook feed now. Now I find it. Nicola asked, what was this on originally? This is a magnetic board. So it sticks to a magnetic board. The other one I've got to show you, this is what I love about these magic mats. This is stuck to a self-healing cutting mat. It's not stuck, it self-sticks, but watch, look. These are all the pieces that I've got for a demo prepared. And they won't move in place. If I tip it up completely, they're going to slide off. But this is, let's move overhead. You can see here, look. These, so I can go and place all of these down. And that's then stuck. I can arrange them like that. And it's just on an old self-healing cutting mat. So I can make the design up I want first on here, knowing that, you know, literally, I have to really tip it to get it to move. I really do. That's what's so fab about the mat. And it keeps things in place. So it keeps things so you can colour them, so that you can ink them. So I'm going to show you that. Let's move that out of the way. So that is our first bundle. You're going to get the amazing bow maker, and I'm going to give you lots and lots of demonstrations. You know, things like this. Our Nicola said she struggles to make a bow. That, Nicola, takes no time with really massive ribbon. But also I'm going to show you a few tricks of how we can add different bits in there as well. One of my favourites here, look, it's Jane's idea, done with raffia as well, tied in with raffia. I could go on for absolute hours. I've got so many bits to demo and show. My desk is literally covered in them. So that's our first bundle tonight. This is our limited offer bundle. Remember, this is new and exclusive. So once this bundle's gone, it's gone, because once we are out of the ribbon, and the ribbon, you're getting some beautiful printed ribbon. And I'm going to show you how to work with that with a bow maker, because again, that's something you can't do with, I tried one of those silicone ones, I could never work it. Some people are brilliant with it, I never could. So that's our first bundle, so that's £24.25. You can, if you don't fancy the ribbon and you've got loads, but if you've got loads, then you're a bit like me. And I have got hordes of it, and I will never say no. I actually had, I'm going to be honest here, when all the ribbon was put together, when Peter cut it all, basically every single offcut came to me. He put every bit that wasn't the 2 metre length he wanted to do. Oh, isn't that lovely? So you might get that in a bag. So I got all of it, literally buckets and bucket loads of it. So even though I've got tons of ribbon, sorry, I keep going on about ribbon. Sam goes mad because I've got so much. It's all there. You know, there's literally, I still wanted it. But if you don't, you can get just the mat and the bow maker for £15.50. Now remember, you will pay P&P on this one, because postage and packaging is £3.49 for anything under £20. So if you're going for this bundle, add something else in. So, you know, add something else in from the Art of Craft. Add yourself a couple of glue glazers or a 3D glue gel or something in there. But that is £15.50. So if you just want the bow maker and the mat, and I would really strongly recommend getting both. Even if you've got the big mat, I've got 2 of those, and I'm thinking of buying 2 more because I loved them. Sandra Simpson says, first time she watched me was doing bows on Facebook. Sometime in the Middle Ages, I believe. That's probably about right. Probably is. So you can get that as a bundle on its own. Alternatively, if you want just the bow maker, and I've got to say the price on this is crazy, because the price on this is $9.99, and it is solid wood. This is not plastic. This is not MDF. So this isn't, you know, your medium density fiberboard or something it's called. This is actual solid hand drilled. If you look, you can actually see the little points of the drill in the bottom. So this has been hand drilled and hand scored wood. So these are proper ones. Now, Biddy's just asked, does the bow maker come with instructions? It doesn't, because there will be a series of videos going out on YouTube, and then our June will do some instructions from them. They won't go up until tomorrow, because unfortunately I was at the show in Bolton yesterday, but I will show you, I will do 4 or 5 of the different bows that you can make. But this is so easy. And one of the differences, our Emma's just said she remembers getting a bow maker a couple of years ago. We did do a different version we've got from another company, but it didn't have this double, and this double will make a difference. Lets you make that tuxedo bow, but also lets you add in other products into it. And I'm going to show you that one. So the bow maker on its own is $9.99. I can't believe the time is flying. Alternatively, if you're not into the bows and you just want the magic mat, the A4 magic mat, and if you're going to get just the magic mat, don't get one, get 2. So this is $6.99. So obviously there's no saving in the individuals. There is on the big one, on both big bundles. So if you want the A4 mat, it is $6.99. And one of the things you'll notice difference, there's a thicker line there. And the reason for that is that's 8 inches. So it's all done in inch measurements. So the solid lines are every inch. The dotted lines, which look lighter on your screen, are every ½ inch. So you've got 1/4 inch square, or ½ inch squares, should I say. But what I've done is I've marked there. So we've changed it so that you've actually got an 8-inch square. So if you're wanting to do your matting and layering and checking your sizes, you can do it perfectly. Let me move you overhead and you can see. So what you can do is you can do that perfectly on here, because that is exactly 8 by 8. So of course you've got 7 by 7, 6 by 6, 5 by 5. So you can lay out your mats and layers on this, as well as doing all of your inking and everything on here. This is absolutely great and brilliant for stenciling and for using for everything. But I'm going to go the bow maker first, and then I'll show you some tips and techniques with using that as well. So what I'm going to do is just peel this off here. And I'm not even, I should put it lengthways because my bow maker is lengthways. But I'm not going to, look, I don't need to. So that is me pushing on the mat. This is me, hello, pushing without it. That's why these to me are a pair to work together, because you don't want it to move. So to go through this, let's move it over a little bit. So when you come, it'll come in your plastic bag. You'll open your plastic bag. You've just got your tag in there, and you'll have exactly the same, and your pegs will just slot in. And again, they've been made so that they're a little bit loose, because there's nothing worse than trying to pull them out. So there's so many different ways you can use this. So let's use the new one. Let's use the one that you're going to actually get. So this is the easiest bow going. Yeah. So this is one of the easiest bows that you can actually make. Margaret says, are the large mats still available, please? I've cut through mine. Yes, they are still available, Margaret. We have kept those ones as well. So we have got, those are still available in stock, I believe. So check on the website. So I'm going to do is, the first thing you want to do is turn it that way. So turn it away from you. That is your center point. Yeah. So that is your center point. But why have an extra peg for it? And the idea is because you can make a tiny bow with that. So if you've got, and I'm going to grab some ribbon from that pack that you're getting. So from that 24-25 pack, which includes over 25 meters of ribbon. Sorry if you're watching, Peter. 25 meters of ribbon over that. In there of all widths and styles. I mean, look, this one's got a little fluted dress edge on it. They're just beautiful. All the ribbon I'm using is all come from that pack. So what you can do is, if I want to use this little one here, turn it round like that. And the best way, what we do, and most bows teach us to do, is this. We wrap round, and then we take one in the middle, and we, oh, no. What you do is, take your ribbon to the front, take it to the back. One over, cross. That's why this style is perfect. Cross your ribbon, take it to the middle. Yeah, like that. Bring it through. Take it round again. Pull it back that way, look. That is tied off. You don't need two hands. So while I keep that one pulled, I can just push that one through, tie my knot, and slide my bow off. And you'll see there, you get the perfect crossed bow that cannot sit straight. Absolutely perfect. Let's show you front hand. Can you see there? So brilliant. So what I'm going to do is turn it round, and I'm going to show you first of all. So I want to go that way, and the reason we have that row in the middle is that's where our middle is. So turned it round, that's where our middle is. So I put the two pegs, and we've numbered them so that you know you're getting it even. So you know, because you get lost looking at these. So what you can do is you can get lost, you can go, oh, it's not in the middle. So I know I need both pegs in number 1. Or let's go both pegs in number 2. It keeps that centre. So I'm just going to take some of this random that I've got, take a piece off. So this is nearly an inch wide ribbon this time. Okay, so around the front, cross, one over, one over. And the reason this is so good is what we can do is we can keep going. Cross, over, over, cross, over, over. Until I've virtually run out of ribbon. I'm going to go again. Cross, over, over, look. Cross them at the back. Take one up or under on that one line. Pull it really tight. This is what breaks your plastic ones. Yeah? So this is what breaks your plastic ones, is that level of tension. We go round again. Yeah? And then all you do is tie a knot. At this point then, I make my mermaid tails while it's fixed and secure in there. And then you just take it off. But look, there is all. I've used less than a metre on that, but there is your even, full, messy bow. It lets you do bows like this, so you can make full cards with them, or add under your flowers. And I love that with a bow, flowers and a hat pin is so classic. Yeah. And then this one, I'm going to show you how to make this on Wednesday on Craft Cave. So I'm going to show you how this is so easy to do. But this is such a simple card, but the addition of the bow with one flower makes all the difference. So someone's just asked, what's the widest ribbon you can do? The widest ribbon you can do is really simple. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say it's 5 inches. So I'll do a really wide ribbon. This is the widest ribbon. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah. This is one of the pieces that you might get in your ribbon set. Yeah? So this is one of the pieces you might get in your set. So let's make that a little bit bigger because it's bigger ribbon. I'm going to go to 3. So you can see I could take twice that width. And all I do is cross it over, go around, tie it off. I've only went round once because it's really wide ribbon. And pull my knot, but look how much I'm pulling that knot. Really am. So I'll put the link on. I'll show you the website in a minute. So if there's anything I'm using tonight you want to purchase from us direct, and remember, this bundle at $24.25 is limited, and it's limited. Elaine, no, we won't. Sorry, not at the moment. It is a limited amount that we've got of these. Once it's gone, it's gone. But remember, this is free P&P. So you're not going to pay any P&P on this at all. So there we have a very quick, very easy bow made from very, very thick ribbon, or very, very wide ribbon. But I'm going to show you what else we can do with wide ribbon in a minute. But I want to show you why we have 2 holes, or why we have 2 sets. This is so you can do, reason, so we can do what I call a tuxedo bow. And it's like the bow that you would wear. It's like a bow tie, really. So again, I'm going to take some more of this sort of beige ribbon I'm using, just because it shows up really well on camera. What you do, you go round the front, okay, and cross them over. Round the back 2 pegs and cross them over. Through the middle, round once, round twice, which of course, as we've said, ties that bit off. So that is easy to tie with one hand. Pull it together and we're done. And there you have your tuxedo bow. An actual double bow that can never, ever disappear. Those can't disappear inside the others because they're not made inside the others. But you can do that more and more. So I'm going to show you now how we can actually do it, and we can keep it going. So again, take some more of this ribbon. It's a good job I've got thousands of meters of this. So I'm going to go round. So I'm going to go round the front. Yeah, and pull it each side of those pegs. Yeah, I'm going to cross it. I'm going to go round the front again. Okay, and then bring it back into the middle. I'm going to do the same with the back 2 pins. Back, 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 over and over. Pull them together, round. Once, twice. If you could see how hard I'm pulling on this, it is absolutely crazy. Tie that off. Again, this is the time to tie your fishtails whilst it's fixed in here. So mermaid tail, fishtail, I never know what people call them. Pull that off, and then you've got, I've got to say, this is one of my favourites. Look at that. You've got a beautiful double tuxedo bow on that. So it changes every, so I mean, use the same ribbon every time, making us so many different ones. So there's another reason we have this, and to do this, I'm going to take these 2 out to number 2. Yeah, okay. I can leave these 2 in number 1. And what I want is I'm going to take some of this beautiful, really wide ribbon. So you're going to get a mixture of wide and not so wide ribbon in your kit. Obviously, I've not got full 2 meter lengths like everyone else has got. And what I want to do is I'm just going to cut these into, I'm going to use my mat. So I'm going to cut these into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 inch. Let's have 2 7.5 inch strips. Then I'm going to take some smaller white ribbon. Again, this is all coming from the ribbon pack that's included with the bow maker. So basically you're going to get enough to make probably a good 50 bows at least. Yeah, at least 50 bows, if not like 75 or 100 from the ribbon you're getting in there. So I'm take a piece, I'm going to go around the front like before. Yeah, come to the middle like this. Yeah, cross them over, put another one on, put another one on. Yeah, cross them over. Okay, and I'm going to take those either side. I'm then going to take my big thick ribbon that I don't want to waste with having lots and lots of tied up, and I'm just going to crinkle it up. Literally crinkle it up, and I'm going to slide it into there. Yeah, just like that. So I've got my twist, I've got that in the middle. Yeah, okay, really simple. And then I take one of the tails and I bring it underneath. Yeah, and I go just like before. Bring one underneath, bring the other one underneath. So they're both coming out the end like that. Cross them. Go round once. Round twice. Don't worry, at this point it looks a real mess. Tie it off and pull it off. And then, as we pull it out, we'll get those beautiful pieces sitting perfectly at the back. So let's hold that one up so you can see, and you can work those in, and because these are actually wired, so I can wire those about. But you've got a beautiful bow with lots and lots of bits in. Sorry, good evening, Judith. Say hello. Hello, Judith. Sorry. So, what's the other benefit of working with this? So one of the other benefits of working with this is that when you've got ribbon that's single-sided, so this has got a print on one side and not the other, one of the hardest things to do is to keep the print on the same side. So what I'm going to do is take that round the front, and look, when I come round the front, I lose the pattern. But I don't, because what I can do is bring it round and then I twist the ribbon round, so make sure the front is sticking to that piece. Yeah, the same with the other. Twist them over, twist it round. Yeah, twist it round. Cross them over. Twist it round, so it's the right way. Twist it round. Bring it round. And then take it over. Once, twice. And again, that ties that off. That's what's so clever. And I simply, again, cut my tails whilst it's in the bow maker. You can always trim them off again afterwards. So, what someone said, question, to be difficult, on average, to make a bow, what length of ribbon approximately do you use? Right, that's actually a really good question, because what most people would say is, and you learn over time, but look, just to show you here, look, this is single-sided ribbon, but look, all of it is on one side, on both sides. You can't do that when you're wrapping it around one of those plastic things. That's what makes all the difference. So how do you work out what ribbon you want? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my big white roll and I'll make that really big present bow. So I'm going to make this really big present bow here. Whoa, too big. Yeah. So how do I work out how much I want to use? So for every loop I want, I cut one of those on a big bow. So if I want, on that one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 12. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. 7, 8. Let's go with 5. 9, 10. Let's go with at least 5. Okay. So I've gone for loads and loads and loads of ribbon. Yeah. So I'm just going to get it in half just to show you. I'm going to get this. Let's go on the right camera, John. I'm going to get this in half so that the ends meet. Yay. Okay. And then I'm going to go down onto here. And I want this quite big. So I'm going for setting 4. Nearly the biggest. But if you look, it's not moving on here. So what I do is go around the front, cross, round the front, cross, round the front, cross, round the front, cross, round the front, cross, push them down a bit, round the front, cross, round the front, cross. And just to show you, this is why it's so much bigger than the other ones. Look at that. That's what we want to fill a wall of it. You want to really honestly fill a wall. If I can move this camera down, there we go. Ah, that's better. You can see now, look. Okay. So I cross them over at the back. I take that one down the front, but look, this is why wood. Watch. That hasn't broken, moved, squeaked, anything. Tie your knot and then pull it off. And you'll see then, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've gone more. 6, 7. So 7 on each side. But look how each one comes out. And this is actually wired ribbon, so I can set it, but it would work just the same with soft ribbon. It really would. So you can see there. There we go. But there is almost the perfect. But every bit is, so we can pull it, you know, we can move that down, we can make it more bow shaped. So easy. But there is another trick, and I want to show you this. So if you don't want to waste ribbon and you don't know how much to cut, okay, this is what you do. Take your roll, okay, and just, I'm not taking it off the roll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a number 2 setting bow. In fact, I'll do a simple one to start with. So what you do is you take it with one end. Yep, so that's the end. Hold that there, and then from the roll, wrap 1, 2, 3, as many as you want, coming straight off the roll until you're happy. When you're happy, then cut some off. Take it round once, twice to lock, pull that through, and you're done. But that way I've not wasted any ribbon in cutting the wrong piece or the wrong size, because I've taken it directly from the roll. So if you're using a roll, you can take it directly from that. So all I need to do now is just neaten these off. But that is the amount I wasted because I took it straight from the roll. So that's one of the easiest things you can do. But what, you know, the other thing is, some of the things that are really hard to do, and I want to show you this one. So I'm just setting the pegs back up, all 4 now, and I've got these set up in position 1, yeah, is using things like this. So baker's twine, string, one of the hardest things to do, I think, on here, is to use that. So let's move over and just check. Again, if you've got any question, guys, fire them in, honestly. I'll take you through all the options on the website in a minute. So I'm just going to cut some of my baker's twine off. Yeah. And again, same idea. Over and cross. Over and cross. So I've done 2 on that one. Over and cross. Over and cross. Over and cross. It looks like cat's cradle, doesn't it? Yeah, this is one of the hardest things to tie with the bow in. You can't do this on your finger, but it can. Look, just round once, pull it tight, round twice, and if I'm using twine, I go round 3 times to give me a decent size of knot, and then just pull that one through while I'm keeping that one tight and knot it off, and we're done. But that, to me, is one of the only ways to make baker's twine bows work and look nice. Because normally when you do it on your fingers or you try and do it on one of the plastic ones, it just doesn't work. But that way, because of that double, because we've got this double place, it gives us that flat sitting double bow. It really makes it work so well. But even things like this. So this is tulle. Yeah. So I've got some tulle here. I'm just pulling off a random amount, and when I run out, I run out. But this is very hard to make a bow from. So I'm going to go to position 4. I'm not going to put those ones in. Again, make sure I'm roughly in the middle. And then just tie it round to see how many. So I get, this is 3. Oh, I think I'll get at least 4 out of this. 4. Yeah. Again, cross it over. Round once, watching that middle line, so your bows are even. So take it to there, take it round and under, and pull that one through. And again, you can, what I tend to do with this one is just cut it straight off, so I get a kind of crinkly edge. But look, a beautiful toile, that's not the right word. Tulle, that's the word I was looking for. A beautiful tulle bow done so simply and easily. Through on there. So, just hold that one up. But that is something that I think people would go absolutely crazy. I mean, that is for your gift wrapping. That is for your presents. You know, but you can use things like that on your card, and you can cut them up and make bigger, you know, you can cut them up, you can add them to your cards and your presents and your gifts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through everything. So I'm going to put the link on so that you can see all of the products, and then I'm going to take you over to the website. So this is the website. So if you click the link, it will bring you here. And if you're unsure, you can go to theartofcraft.co.uk, and this is the front page you'll get if you just type in Art of Craft. So you can click on the Facebook Live there, or just click on here, Facebook Live, and it lists them all. And obviously we're doing the craft store, and today is the 23rd of June, so we just click on that. And there are all the products. So we've got there the bundle. So you can get the wooden bow maker, the A4 magic mat, and the ribbon set for just $24.25. And remember, that is free postage and packaging. So that is sent to your home for that price, free here in the UK. If you just want the bow maker and the magic mat on their own, they're £15.50. So you can get that, but you will have P&P on that because it's under 20. So best to do is add an extra magic mat at $6.99 in, because I've got 2 and I want at least 4. I set up demos and all sorts on them, do them for my flowers constantly. If you want just the bow maker on its own, it's there. So if you want that, you can just have that one at $9.99. Again, if you want the magic mat, the A4 square design, it says square design because there might be a different design coming, you can get that at $6.99 there. And the ribbon has actually sold out as its own. Now, it's a $9.99 value. It's not actually. It's some of this ribbon is over £1 a metre it's sold at. I think there's probably enough to do like 2 wreaths. If you do want to get anything, you just click on the product. You can click add to basket and it will add it to your basket. And you can then view the basket or just go to checkout. Nice and simply like that. Choose PayPal, PayPal Pay Later, or proceed to checkout and pay, or you can click and collect. So there is a shop in Aldershot where you can actually click and collect your products, and that is free. So you will get that option to be able to click and collect that and buy and get it for nothing from our Aldershot store. So it will give you all of the details that you need on that. So I'm going to just run through the bundles again. So $24.50 will get you the bow maker, $24.25, sorry, get you the bow maker, which is the wooden, solid wood bow maker with the 4 dowels in there fixed. You will get the A4 square magic mat that won't move. And I can't really stick it on a wall here. Oh, there we go. It kind of won't stick because it's not a wall. There we go. It's literally not sticky, but it's sticky. So you'll get that, and you will get your at least 25 meters of mixed ribbon. All of that in there for $24.25, which is really an absolutely crazy price. Alternatively, if you don't want the ribbon, I'd have the ribbon, but then that's me. But remember, that one with the ribbon includes free P&P, so you're going to get that sent to you for free. So with the ribbon, without the ribbon, you're going to get it for £15.50. And remember, both of these products are exclusive to us at the Art of Craft, or from Crafts to via Art of Craft. So these are exclusive at the moment. You won't get them anywhere else, and you are getting them direct. So if you want both of those, it's $15.50. If you want just the bow maker on its own, you can get that at £9.99. Or if you want just the mat on its own, or you want to add an extra mat, which is what I've been doing with some, well, I'm going to be doing with my order next week. That's just £6.99 on its own. And again, remember, the large mat is still available if anyone wants that. But obviously the best value is in that bigger bundle. So remember, if you've got any question, guys, just put your question in comments and I'll be able to see your question if I can, and then we'll read it, then we'll be able to read it out. So one of the other things we can do with this is when we actually place them in different places like this, or like this, or like this, we can actually achieve something a little bit different. So I'm going to pull again. I'll go for some of this really thick ribbon now. So this, you know, is one of the ones that might be in your kit. And this is really heavy, wired, glittered ribbon. So what I'm going to do is go around the front, cross it over. Remember, design is more, the glitter's only on one side, so I twist it, bring it onto this side. I need a little bit more. So bring it onto this side so you can position it on your sort of your stakes, on your dowel on this one. We go like that one. What's Nicholas said? John came through. We've been asking for years for this. The first prototype of this was made for me by my ex-father-in-law over 13 years ago. And it's taken that long for us to be able to find it. In wood. So in wood, not plastic, that will work at a decent price. We had someone who was going to make them for us in the UK, and to manufacture them was twice the price this one is, just the cost price of having them made. So it's taken a long time to find it. So you see, I've just crossed them over and tied it. Use my scissors, cut it off. But when I pull this one out, you'll see, look, straight out there, that I can do that. I haven't even fluffed it. I haven't started playing around with the wire or anything. But if you can do that on your fingers or on one of those plastic ones, I'd be really shocked. So we get that double width bow. It's like a, oh yeah, does it actually suits me. But the fact that we can do that, but then we can go for something really fine or really fancy. So this is, again, another piece of ribbon from that sort of box, from that set that's included with this one. So I'm going to put 2 pegs in there. And then again, so 2 pegs in position 1, 2 pegs in position 2. Take my ribbon, get it half in the middle, round once, round twice, cross it over once, cross it, back to the front, cross it, and then over into the middle using the line so I can see where the center is. Pull it a second time, just ties that one off, and then I can just go through that and then tie that off, and then again cut off your little fishtail. But there, ooh, that is pretty. Sorry. You've got, again, a really pretty double bow, double length. That's what goes on a card. That's what looks so beautiful on a card. I mean, I got some here I was going to do, but literally, there. It just works so well, and it's even every single time. Now, one of the things I always used to use was a lot of seam binding. And this is where it comes really sort of fab on this. So I'm going to position 2. And again, remember, you don't have to go in the centre. So I'm holding one end and I'm just wrapping it round. Easiest way to do it. Until I've finished, until I've got enough. This makes the easiest messy bow I think I've ever made. Look, cross them, pull tight, get it in the middle, use that guidance. I'm going to take that round again, and then I just tie that one off. Clip my ends. There we pull that out. And none of those will sit flat again. It won't do what we call a corkscrew bow. It won't go back in. Oh, Debbie says, absolutely stunning for making girls' hair slides. Yeah, brilliant idea, Debbie. It really does work. And because it works with any size of ribbon. But this is a card I was making last week on Craft Cave. Now, what I normally do, I used to use glue dots and wet glue. I found the best thing for sticking bows on is your 3D glue gel, because it just gets it and puts it in the right position. And then I can take my flowers, little bit of glue on and leaves. And sometimes if you've made quite a big card and you need to finish it properly, this is the best way to do it, is instead of having to cut hundreds of things, just popping a bow on and you can get away with a single flower. So we can make smaller things look larger. There we go. Just by adding a really beautiful, messy bow. Simple to do. So one of the things I want to show you again, so I'm trying to go through as many demos as I can. I know I should be doing more on this, but I wanted to really go through the bow maker. I wanted to give you all that you need. So if you want to do something really fine, and this is normally where you would struggle. So let's grab a piece. I have some here. Again, here's a piece of organza ribbon. Again, coming from that ribbon pack. So remember, its contents may vary, so you're going to get all sorts of different things. Oh, Samantha says, beautiful. Great for putting on Maggie's bandanas. Brilliant idea, Samantha. Because you can stitch these in. Well, we've got our Erica in as well. She's been late. She's been to a fundraising meeting for selling her cards at afternoon tea function. Brilliant. She sells so well, her cards. So I'm going to go into position 1 for this. Little bow. And again, hold it at one length. The thinner the ribbon is, the easier it is to do. And I just go round and round and round like that. And I'm just crossing it over like a ladder each time, or a corset, if that makes sense, lacing round and round. Question, Sherilyn says, nothing to do with the bow maker. What width and depth of foam tape do I order from that company you use? I order, let me get this right, I order 2mm deep, Sherilyn, and 2mm deep and 10mm wide, if that makes sense. 2mm, 10mm. So cross them at the back, come back round, pull it tight. You see, this is the thing. Look at that. It's not breaking. Yeah? It's really not. It's not breaking. It's not cracking. It's not doing anything. When I have broken ones in the past with the amount of tension I put on, and certainly when you've made a bow like this, that's straight off the bow maker. So that's literally straight off, no fluffing or anything. That has, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bows on each side, that one, and it doesn't break. That's what's so sort of easy and fabulous about this. I want to show you as well, where is it, raffia. One of probably the hardest things ever to make a bow with. So I'm going to take a few strands of raffia, which, let's face it, is always messy, no matter what we do. So how can you get a nice bow out of this? It's such a hard material. Christine says, can see me hand. Ooh. So all you do is, I'm going to go for here, position 2, but just literally take it round. So it's the messiest product ever. Wrap it round, come to the middle, take that over the front. I'm just going to take one strand back over the front a second time, so I'm not making it too thick. and then I can easily tie them off like that. So yeah, everything we're doing tonight's all available from the Art of Craft, which is directly from us. So we class that as directly. I had a really nice, Erica said, did you have a nice time at Bolton yesterday? And will we be seeing at Doncaster? Oh, you will be seeing me. I will be at Doncaster. So there, I'm just going to trim the excess off, is a raffia bow. So one of the hardest things ever to make in raffia, done with the bow maker. So thank you for joining me. I didn't realise it's like 5 to 7 already. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you like the products. I hope you can see something you can use. Videos will be going up tomorrow and on Wednesday for the different types of bow that I'll be making. So the small bow, the large bow, the tuxedo bow, things like that. So keep an eye on YouTube for that. You can watch this show back on YouTube. And remember, the bundles tonight, everything's available from the Art of Craft. So I'll pop the link on again. Yeah, I'm getting better at this technology. Like, look, I've got ribbon and bows and presents. I mean, look at this one, sorry. That ribbon probably cost me 20p, but I've been able to make a card that is just stunning for nothing in it. So, thank you for joining me tonight. So remember, the bundles, you've got 24.25, and that will get you the bow maker, the A4 Magic Mat, and 25 metre minimum of ribbon, all the way from 5mm up to sort of like 3 inches wide. I mean, look, some beautiful, absolutely beautiful. These are all bits I've got from that pack. Some absolutely beautiful, beautiful ribbon in there. Really worth it. Or you can get the bow maker and the mat on its own for just £15.50 if you want those. But remember, going for the large bundle will get you free P&P. So it's really, really worth it. Again, everything's available individually, all on the Art of Craft. So you can get the bow maker on its own for £9.99, and you can get the mat on its own if you want just the mat for £6.99. Because to be honest, I'd throw an extra one of those in because we have to order such a big quantity that when they're gone, it's not something we get again. But we've ordered thousands, literally, of them because it's such a popular product. But thank you for joining me. Hopefully you can join me at 6 o'clock on Wednesday on the Art of Craft for our midweek deal show, where I'll be going through some amazing sort of half price and less offers on Wednesday at 6. And if not, join me at 7 o'clock on Craft Cave, which is on John Next Door official page. So you don't have to join a group or anything for that. Join me on there and we'll be going through, and I will be showing you more with ribbon, because I love ribbon, but with both. So I'll be showing you how easy that card is to make with that beautiful plaited sort of thing in the centre. So we'll be doing that. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a